Brooklyn Independent Television.
Yvonne Graham is Brooklyn's deputy borough president, but not for much longer. After 10 years as a deputy VP, she's moving on to a position in the Cuomo administration. But she stopped by Brooklyn Review to give us highlights from the last decade and to let us know just what's ahead.
Thank you for being here, Deputy Borough President Yvonne Graham.
Thank you for having me, Brian.
It's good to say that for probably the last time on camera here.
I imagine so.
So you're going to be starting your new job very quickly now. The countdown's begun.
December 5th, my first day.
So your first day is December 5th. We get to hold on to you exclusively in Brooklyn for just a little bit longer.
Well, you know, I live in Brooklyn, so Brooklyn is always home to me, so you'll never lose me.
Okay, we'll take that. So Brooklyn's always home to you, but we know, as Marty is fond of saying, that you're a proud daughter of Jamaica.
Yes. And
you moved to New York to actually further your nursing career.
Yes. I came here as a registered nurse, worked in the emergency room at Brookdale Hospital, and then I went back to college. I did a bachelor's in health administration and community health, and then a master's in public health at Hunter College.
So what is that journey like? A girl from Jamaica who came to New York to be an emergency room or a registered nurse in a busy hospital, and you've gone through bachelor's degrees, master degrees, honorary doctors of laws.
It's been an amazing journey. And as I look back at my life, you know, I said, wow, everything that I have done throughout my career has prepared me for this move that I'm making now. So you can imagine that I'm extremely excited. However, it is with very, very mixed feelings because the last 10 years serving as Deputy Borough President has been awesome. What an incredible ride with Marty Markowitz, Brooklyn's biggest cheerleader.
Just your evolution on paper, it looks like you really have been building your entire life.
Building and also coming back full circle.
Right.
I started out really being intrigued by the whole notion of inequalities in healthcare as I worked at Brookdale Hospital. And that was what spurred me to pursue public health as a career. And then once I did that, I realized that with other people I could really make a difference. And so along with 12 other women, I founded the Caribbean Women's Health Association to help immigrants adjust to life in New York City, but also to provide services to them and to serve as a link between those constituents and the mainstream healthcare institutions. And it didn't just stop with Caribbean people, but with the poor, the disenfranchised, and all immigrant groups. And that, and so health disparities became of great interest to me. So much so that during the first year at Borough Hall, I worked with SUNY Downstate Medical Center and the Arthur Ashe Institute for Urban Health to establish the Brooklyn Center on Health Disparities, which serves as a supportive environment for researchers in health disparities, and also to work with community-based organizations, not only to gather data, but also to use the data, analyze it, synthesize it, and feed it back to the community so that they can develop targeted interventions. And to think that I will be directing the state's Office for Health Disparities Prevention.
Give us your new title.
It's an associate commissioner's position, but I will also be directing the State Office of Health Disparities Prevention, and the Office of Minority Health will be reporting directly to me.
What was it like to walk into the borough president's office and give your 2 weeks notice?
I did not sleep the night before. I did not sleep because I really wanted to be there the very last day to help close the curtain on what I think was just a remarkable presidency for Marty Markowitz. And I'm not going to be able to do that. But I have to tell you that I did not sleep. I rehearsed the scenario like 10 times.
It didn't turn out.
It did not turn out. I walked in and it did not turn out that way at all.
Right.
I could not get it out, you know. And eventually I told Marty, and he was very happy for me. But I think in some way it was like a reality check, you know, that
it's really
this thing is
up.
coming to an end, you know, because if it were not for that reason, you know, yeah, I love working with Marty.
Yeah.
The defining moment is not really defined by me, but by Brooklynites.
Mm-hmm.
And even after all of this time, I remember the night of the blackout.
The blackout.
Yes, it was during the summer.
Right.
We were to have Julio Iglesias perform at the concert. It was a beautiful day. It was a perfect day.
Right.
And at 4 p.m., the lights went out. And we waited and waited and waited, and it didn't get any better. And people started to call, you know, and one woman called and she said, well, what am I going to do with my meat in the refrigerator? But then Marty said, you know what? We can't do anything. Let me welcome Brooklynites home. And he went with the megaphone at the base of the bridge and welcomed people home as they were walking across the bridge. And we had them at Borough Hall, and they could stop for a drink. And even now, many years later, as I walk on the street of Brooklyn, that's what people talk about. So I have to say that was the defining moment, which actually means that what people really like is when you care. Mm-hmm. And I think that is the epitome of public service. You know, it's not about lip service. It's not about bureaucracy. It's really about showing that you're one family and that you care.
Watch this and other Brooklyn Independent Television episodes online at brickartsmedia.org/BIT.